Hey, yeah, so you were going 160 in a school zone and hit and killed 10 children, so I'm gonna have to write you up for that. Can I help you? No, I don't care if you're filming. You have to move your car. You're parked in a four-way intersection. You're gonna get hit. Anyway. Chili DeCastro, or delete Lawz, the self-appointed law scholar and journalist, was recently arrested for interfering with police and threatening police. This man's whole shtick is that he stops and films any police officer he sees without having any knowledge of why that police officer is there in the first place. This cop could be in an active shootout with a murderer, or it could just be going to get their daily morning coffee. He has a trifold pamphlet that I will show somewhere that he seems to carry around with him. He sells this online as well. And you're intended to use this pamphlet to challenge cops on how much they know the law. Ironically though, this law scholar with more than 20 years of experience has no idea what he's talking about and has gotten all of the laws wrong. Chili gets very aggressive with these officers and calls them any insult he can think of, mainly pig and terrorist, but if it's a woman cop, he throws some sexism in there, with ponytail, darling, even pigtail. Commenting on the woman's height and stating that she could never stand up to a man. He also says that she should be afraid of him and afraid of men, and that female women cops are most likely to escalate, which is just untrue.
If you don't know, honey, if you don't know, you're not qualified to take on a man. You're not strong enough to take on a man. Any man could beat the shit out of you. You escalate violence because you want to be dominating over men. You're not qualified to take on men.
But reminding a woman of this is ridiculous, because as a woman, I'm pretty sure all other women know for a fact that, yes, a man can overtake us. We get it, we are scared. Thanks for reminding us. Speaking of escalating, Chili desperately wants these cops to escalate these interactions, so he can make more of a case on why cops are bastard terrorist pigs. However, he seems to normally fail at this. The majority of the cops just calmly talk to him, tell him they don't care if he films, ask him to step back a bit, maybe to a safe distance, or a distance where he won't be interfering with whatever is happening, and ask him to move his car off of the shoulder of the freeway because it's illegal to park there and his car could get hit. Now, when Chili was arrested, one of the first things he says to the judge is he calls her a pig, which did not help his case in any way. Seriously, I believe this man wants to go to jail, and he has gotten his wish. So when Chili comes up to these police officers with his little phone, spouting bullshit at them, stating laws that aren't real, and calling them terrorists and pigs, and being sexist and racist in some cases, he usually is seen coming up to cops at a gas station. That maybe they've just pulled someone over. Maybe they're clearing a crime scene. I don't know, but he comes up to these officers and acts like it's an inconvenience for them to be there, you know, doing their job. Like, why would you shut down a gas station that is probably right across from another gas station? There are probably like 10 more gas stations on that street alone to investigate a broken-in car, or whatever there may be, a reason to shut down part of some area to, you know, actually maybe help someone? Now, I am in no way on the cop's side here. I do believe that filming police officers and what they are doing is good and should be done more often. However, do not do it in the way this man is doing it. What Chili is doing is dangerous and will land you in jail, as seen here. What we should be doing is staying at a safe distance where we aren't interfering at all. Now, we don't come up and talk to the cops, and we don't throw insults out at them. We don't talk to the police at all. Don't talk to cops. What happened to that rule? Don't talk to cops. What we should be doing as just normal citizens is, if you have the time and you want to see police activity happening across the street, stay on the other side of the damn street and just film. they cannot stop you from filming, and that's pretty much the only thing you can argue. As long as you're not in their area interfering, you can film. You can film always. But there's going to be more to argue against you if you are in there while they're trying to do whatever cops do. But filming more police just in case something happens, not causing anything to happen, not wanting anything to happen. We don't want police brutality. We don't want these gangsters to go off the rails. We don't want that, alright? We want better cops. We want a better system. So filming, just in case that might happen, is beneficial. But please, for the love of God, don't do what he's doing. Chili DeCastro is genuinely disturbed in the head, and he must have had some extreme trauma with police. Because wow. What we need for our police system in America is to completely dismantle it and start fresh. Start from the ground up. Burn it down, rebuild. That's not going to happen. Realistically, that's not going to happen. Why would our government want to take their main source of power and control away? They got money, they got cops. They're not taking any of those away anytime soon. Defunding the police does nothing at all. I'm sorry to say, it does nothing. I'm going to get very pessimistic here and say we are screwed. If you don't like the government here, go somewhere else and try to find a better government. You probably won't, but you might find something a little bit slightly better. Yeah, doing what Chili does and seemingly trying to get the officers to realize that they're horrible gangster terrorist pigs and having them quit their job is supposed to help. You're not going to get any officer to realize that and quit. And having people like him come up and talk to them, yell at them, swear at them, accuse them of things that they probably aren't even doing is normal for police. They get used to it very quickly. You have to. It's part of the job description. It is really funny though, seeing the cops just staring blankly at him or just slightly nodding their head and asking him to please just step back a little bit while he's just flying off the rails trying to find any insult he possibly can. Yes, this man was arrested. He is doing 6 months in jail for interfering in police activity and for threatening police officers, which, of course, you're going to be put in jail for that. I found out about this guy through Gunner TV, you probably know him, and he made a video on Chili just talking about what this man's doing, being like, wow, this is crazy, this man's crazy, and Chili desperately, and I emphasize, desperately tried to dox him. And that's not the first time he's done that. He also has tried to help people with legal situations and has failed horribly. I don't have the information though. Yeah, the police system in America is extremely corrupt. The government in America is extremely corrupt. There are ways we can get our voices heard. This is not one of them. Acting like a psychopath and terrorizing people is not one of them.
I'm in the Middle East.
What do you care?
I care you're a fucking terrorist on our community. That's what I care about. Then suck my dick. You're a fucking terrorist. And this is a fucking joke. This is a joke. All right?
So hear the dramatic music that continues throughout the entire video to emphasize his point of how crazy and dramatic and horrible this situation is.
For an hour. And there's the terrorists right there. And there are the terrorists right there. You got Osama, huh? You got Osama bin Laden? You got bin Laden, did you? You cure the world's problems tonight? Is that what you did?
Sir.
Is that what you did?
Sir is a suspect here.
Oh, a suspect? A perpetrator? Not a person, not a human, not a name? And then you're getting them? Are you catching them? Are they all caught up now?
We caught one of them.
You got them, huh? Good thing. Saving the fucking world here, huh? Is that what you're doing? You got a pigtail here? What the fuck did this girl do? Nothing. You got the street blocked off? You don't give a shit about anybody but yourself and your thin blue line. That's all you give a fuck about. That's it. That's all you care about. You don't give a fuck about anybody else.
I love how the music escalates as he's getting more aggressive with the cops. It's all just to hype his ego up.
It's your life, bro. You chose this life. You chose this dog shit, bullshit, pig life. Nobody tells you. We fucking hate you guys. You're fucking hated. Just want you to know. I'll be the first to tell you, bud. And you have this joke on your force. It's a joke. It's a joke. She's 3 foot tall. Weighs 100 pounds. There's the terrorist right there. Good thing you got the helicopter here. Good thing you got the helicopter here. Thank God you got the helicopter here, right?
Okay, there's so much to unpack in that. First of all, the police know that we hate them. They know they're hated. It is 2024. All cops know they are hated. And yes, they did choose this. They did choose to have this job. However, not every cop chose to become a police officer because they want to abuse their power and brutalize people. There are many cops with good intentions. That doesn't mean that they carry these intentions out in a good way, but pretty much all of them do have good intentions. They know what they're getting into. They know what people think of them. You're not the first person to tell them this, Chili. And being sexist to this poor woman is completely unnecessary. And them blocking the road is necessary in this situation. You will see later that we have an injured suspect in the building that they are trying to catch. They will give this suspect medical attention and then put them in jail and go through all the law shit, all the legal shit. There is a reason that the road is blocked off. These two officers are here for backup, and the helicopter is there because it most likely has an infrared camera or some form of camera to give the officers on the ground information on where the suspect is. This chase has obviously been going on for a long time. Alright? Chili is coming up to this with no clue whatsoever on what is going on. He is just upset that he has been inconvenienced and woken up, possibly. I don't know what he was doing. Then he heard the helicopter and he saw the lights and he got upset. And it convenienced him so much that he had to come out here with such aggression for no reason and yell at these cops and say all these bullshit things. Like, dude, leave him alone. This is apparent. He pans to the street. There's one car out here. There's one fucking car out here. Why are you so upset about one car and one helicopter? And there's probably another car somewhere not on the street that's actually, like, dealing with the suspect. They seem to be backup. I could be wrong, but they seem to be backup from what I'm getting from this video. Anyway, let's continue. Fuck.
Go ahead. What's going on? Okay.
This poor officer, too. He waits. He lets this man speak this entire time, just spouting bullshit. And he stands there and calmly listens and then asks for permission to speak and answer his questions. This poor man. I never feel bad for cops. I could not tell you the last time I've ever felt bad for a cop. But this man, I feel bad. It's blowing my mind that Chili, a man who makes videos to only paint police in a bad light, has made me a firm believer that police should not exist, feel bad for police. Bro, you need to rethink what you're doing. You're doing something wrong.
There was an attempt GTA, 2 suspects, we captured one, and we're trying to find the other.
Attempted what?
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yes. As of right now, the suspect could potentially be armed. We're trying to find them. Now, you mentioned a bunch of things in your story, right? And when you were talking about terrorists and all that, I don't know anything about that.
You're looking at, my camera's pointing at the terrorists in our country. It's you.
Well, I would hope not.
What's that?
That, Chili, is a helicopter. Hell-e-copter. Did you finish preschool? Seems like you haven't. So you're welcome. Helicopter.
Bro.
Having served in the military myself, I don't think that...
Even worse. You ever wear those torture cuffs?
I do agree, military fucking sucks. I'm so sorry for anyone who's ever been in the military. I'm so fucking sorry that you had to do that shit. That you've been manipulated into being into the military. I'm so sorry.
Torture cuffs is that?
The ones you wear on your belt right here. Let me put them on you for 5
What
minutes.
torture cuffs is that?
The ones you have on your belt. On the back side of your belt, where's the torture cuffs?
I don't know.
The torture cuffs. You know what they are? The ones made for slavery, the 1638 colony in Delaware.
Slavery.
Yeah, the same cuffs you wear were meant
Man, look at his face, dude. He's like, oh, there's gonna be some racism.
for slavery in 1638 in the Delaware colony.
I don't know anything about that.
Of course you don't, because you don't know shit.
Okay.
You signed up to be a fucking pig, and you're still a pig. And the torture cuffs you have on your belt are absolute fucking torture.
Okay.
You put them on for 5 minutes, and this little pigtail would cry. She'd cry. They came from. You got a radio blasting right here. Could you imagine for a moment there's people sleeping around here?
There's the inconvenience again. Can you imagine there's people sleeping around here? Dude, grow up. Well, you can't sleep with the hum of a helicopter going over your head. Oh, you poor baby. Oh, you poor thing.
They're circling around and around. Someone stole a car?
I've been on shift all night. We haven't been here all night long. So
See, what you don't understand is what you guys do is totally wrong.
Okay, we're in a perimeter.
I don't give a
so
what you say. You can drop down and you can eat my shorts. I don't give a shit, lady. You don't belong being a pig. You
So I think I missed it this time around. I've done this 4 fucking times. The bit about handcuffs, he gets very racist there. Chili is speaking to a black man. That is a fact, alright? He's speaking to a black man. That black man is an officer. He is bringing up the topic of handcuffs, which he calls torture devices. He's asking this black officer if he knows what they feel like, and he's asking him about slavery. And the officer says no. Probably because he doesn't want to fucking talk about it. If you're raised in America and you went to school in America, you do know about slavery.
Do you really think she could stop me? How many times do people say, ow, those cuffs are hurting me? How many times? Every time? Yes, every time. Why? Because they were made for slavery, they were made for torture people, and you still torture people. And you're black. Black as black can be.
Whoo-wee! Bro. We're almost done with the video.
This is ridiculous. This is f***ing ridiculous. We are not equal. Men and women are not equal.
Is that needed? No. No, I can tell you for a fucking fact that is not needed. Nowhere in this argument about police being good or bad, being terrorists or not, is that needed. I would be on your side, man. I would be 100% on your side if you didn't do this shit, and if you weren't misogynistic and sexist as hell. You could have a good channel. You could actually be making a good fucking point here. But you're not. You have a following. I'm talking directly to Chili now. I'm talking directly to you, man. You'll probably see this. You like to dox people, you'll probably see this. I'm talking directly to you. I hope you get to this point of the video. I am on your side to an extent. If you weren't coming up and talking to cops, I'd be completely on your side. You cannot convince these people that they are bad, they are terrorists, they are pigs. The fact that cops know they're hated makes it more likely for cops to escalate and to get aggressive and to harm people that do not deserve it. Educate yourself on laws and approach this in a very different way. Film them from a safe distance. Do not interact with them. Do not talk to them. Do not get in their space. Just film, just in case something happens. Don't come up trying to make something happen, which is what you are doing. Ground yourself into reality. Heal whatever trauma you obviously have, and then come back to creating content. And just film and talk about the American government and talk about the American police system. That would be great content. Educate. don't do this.
Move your pig car. I gotta go. I'm glad you got your Fallujah jerk-off fantasy. Run home and crack it in the bathroom, buddy. All right, can you move your pig car now so I can go? Thank you. Go yourself.
So they do actually move their car for a passing vehicle. So I don't know what he's doing here. I don't know if he arrived here in a car or if he just like walked out of a building. Earlier it sounded like he just walked out of a building, like he was coming out of his apartment or some shit. But they did move their car for someone. Like they are not fully blocking the road. They are being respectful.
I thought I just asked you to move your pig shack car, and you didn't. So you got a pigtail standing on the road.
Buddy, the car is moving as you speak.
If you want to know what the words are, because you don't know, it's called rightfully indignant. I'm rightfully indignant to what this country has become because we've allowed a police state, prison state, death state to take over our country.
So he is in a car. He is in a car. So he pulled over and got out of his car, pulled out his phone, opened the camera, started filming just to do this. If you fucking pull this pamphlet out in front of a police officer, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna.